Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Monday night slash Tuesday morning Zoom edition, and Robin has posted in the chat what's going on with the market. Let's look at that. We'll start with the charts. Actually, we won't exactly start with the chart. I clicked on the Bitcoin chart and I saw what looked like a pretty good article from TradingView, at least touching on some of the potential explanations for why Bitcoin dipped down to 91,000. So could be testing 90,000 as support. Pretty big slide. Asian stocks declined as well after Wall Street slumped. So TradFi is taking a hit. And there's a quote from a talking head over at Morgan Stanley. The monthly jobs report would usually dominate this week, but AI trade struggling the past couple of weeks. There's concern that the AI craze might be a bubble and could crash and burn. So that's been mixed in with the fears. Nvidia has been a darling of Wall Street for a couple of years now, and it could slide even with good earnings. We were talking earlier about uncertainty um, with the tariff situation in the U.S. and Trump talking about various things and moving markets. It's been kind of frustrating and during this dip, are we even in a bull market? Not really sure, but I think the concern about the AI stocks and um, the lack of information from Washington about the U.S. markets, though that will catch up since the government's back on board, but they don't have the information out yet. So that could be causing fear, uncertainty, and doubt, FUD. All those things, uncertainty, the market does not like that and tends to be sell pressure when those things happen. So any other anybody else want to jump in and give some reasons why they think the market's been dropping so much? All right. Well, looking at the charts on the Bitcoin day chart, you can see the big drop currently at 91.3. That's kind of a bummer. It was at 92 a little while ago. Thought it was on its way back up. Ethereum's hanging right at 3,000. So not sure if that's going to hold. We have support here at 2,500. Wouldn't surprise me if it dipped down there. So yeah, let's look at the hour on Bitcoin. Four straight red candles pushing further down after hitting 92,000. Looked like it was on the way back up, but did not hold that upward movement. All right, so what do we do as traders? Is this just buy the dip and hang on, or can we be a little more sophisticated? I've been doing more trend trading, but on this Zoom call, I always talk about dip trading and retraces, and I think I'll do that again. I almost didn't, but it's still the go-to, especially if you're trading on spot. You can wait out some of these dips, maybe add to your position, and um, and make even more money when the market does turn around. So let's go to crypto bubbles and see if we can find some coins to follow today for day trades and swing trades. You can see all the red bubbles here. ICP and File look good, and Uniswap showed up in my sort. So I've got that one set up here on my day trade layout, 15-minute chart. supply and demand visible range for support and resistance, green zone and red zone, an RTI relative trend index, which can be useful for alerts and entries. The last couple of dips on Uniswap did really well. On Saturday, we had this dip here, and 7% move. That's a great day trade. And we had another one below the dip below the 20 on the RTI, and then the break above happened right about here. And the red zone, 11%. That's a great day trade. So we have another dip here. Doesn't seem to be as lucrative. That's about 2.6%. Still a pretty good day trade. And at the moment, we just broke above the 20. About half an hour ago. So we'd be late on this entry. But if you want to go in small, you shoot for the red zone, 8.5%. Keep some additional funds in case it on the side, in case it makes a big dip, and get back in on a ladder buy. But with the way the market's moving, you may want to be more into stop losses as opposed to additional purchases. That's up to you to decide what kind of trader you're going to be. All right, so on the RTI, I'm going to set an alert, go for both directions. So entering a channel, 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. Crypto bubbles for my alert name. 3 notes reverb. That gives me this rectangle here. So if the RTI dips below the 20 and breaks back up again, a dip and the start of a retrace, that might be a long position. If it shoots up like this and then comes above the 80 and then dips back down, that can be a short position. So the last few times it made moves above the 80 or below the 20, it ended up being good day trades on the Uniswap. So keep that in mind. Let's go to our swing trade layout. And we're on the 1 hour chart. Same supply or same support resistance indicator. Using the SuperTrend for alerts. And Trendilo LSMA, this moving average indicator for confirmation, but the indicators are against us at the moment. I do like that we're coming out of this green zone. So this has potential retrace to 25% in 6 days. That'd be great. It duplicates that move. So if you want to catch the next buy signal, you right click on the SuperTrend, add an alert. And you can leave direction change if you want to trade both directions. I would go with buy once, crypto bubbles, and go with a different sound, handbell, create. And so the next time the SuperTrend goes off, I will look at the market and see if that's a trade I want to take. So usually look at Bitcoin and see what it's doing to further confirmation. All right, any questions on Uniswap? All right. We also had ICP, Internet Computer. which is something I've traded a little bit the last couple weeks. Oh, wrong one. I shorted this one. Yeah, and that was, and I bailed on it early. So had I stayed in, that would have been pretty rather profitable, but as long as taking a beating from a couple days ago. Anyway, ICP, you could short this now. It's above the 80, hasn't dipped below yet. Um, but the last time it broke above the 80 and came back down. It's here and, almost 12% move down there. So I think that's another one I'm gonna keep an eye on. Add an alert. But she's crossing down on the 80 because I already have that long position in H bar. I want to add another one to it. So no. Second thought, I'll go with entering a channel. Crypto bubbles and visual. All right, so I'll take a short on this if it breaks down and Bitcoin's seems to be trending sideways or downwards. All right, let's look at the swing trade. 1 hour chart. Okay, this is a good looking setup, at least technically. You've got the indicators on board, strong candle movement upwards from the green zone. I just don't trust this coin, ICP. It's burned me before. 25% in 6 days. So yeah, not financial advice, but at least technically this one's a go. One more on crypto bubbles. Sort the opposite. Zcash. This one's been pumping, probably corrected. Yeah. And it's below the 20 at the moment. Got a couple, we had one fake out here. Dipped below and came back up above the 20, then just dropped again. Similar here. So this one's been faking out on the 20. I don't like that. So I think I'll pass on this one. Let's look at it as a swing. Drops back down to supports, 20% move on the short side. So that could be a way to go. And but we're kind of in the middle, no man's land on what this one's gonna do. So I think I'm just gonna pass on Zcash. So all right, so let's bail off crypto bubbles and go to CoinGecko. These have been my three go-to free sources. There's a bunch of them out there, so feel free to look around. Sort by the 24-hour category, and we'll see some duplication. I don't think we'd looked at file coin yet. Hyperliquid. Let's look at file and then height. We'll look at height. So file looks like it wants to dip below the 20 on the RTI. And the last time it did that, it made a pretty good move down, like right about here to here, almost 4%. So that would be a good day trade. I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. I want to short this one. Turn the channel, 80. See how that one's going. And swing trade. Similar to the last one, to ICP, the indicators are on our side. We've got pretty good candle movement coming out of the green zone. We've got a big, kind of a fat red candle here. 22% in 6 days. Yeah. This one could be a go if you're so inclined. Not financial advice, but at least technically it looks good. Look for one more on this sort, and we'll head over to CoinMarketCap and wrap it up. We were going to look at hype, I think. Yeah. Okay, it's mostly on foreign exchanges. It's on Kraken. Look at it there. And this is something that's almost ready to short. So, but I had a fake out before that. So this move here on Sunday was pretty good. There's a break here. Falls to almost 4%. So yeah, it's got potential. Or you can catch the next dip below the 20, set your alert accordingly by crossing up on the 20 on the RTI instead of what you've seen me do. Let's go to the swing trade. So the swing trade has indicators on board. We're halfway between the green zone and the middle. Retrace potential. That's 8% in 7 days, not bad. I think some of the others we've looked at have more potential than this. So I think I would probably do that. Pass on this one on the swing. All right, so that is hype. And let's go to crypto community, market cap, coin market cap. No data is available. Wants me to log in. Okay. Sorry for the login delay, but so here we go on the bullish sentiment. Say Caspa, XRP, H bar, Pepe Dash, good old XRP. Let's look at that one. Well, XRP is ready for a day trade. It's just hovering below the 20, the RTI, but we had two fake outs fairly recently. So that's a concern. It's another fake out. So the last break above the 20 that was useful and started with a 2.3% dip, but eventually got this 3.8% move in just under a day. So that's a pretty good day trade there. And the move before it was good as well. But this is a concern. This choppiness here on the 20 may not be strong enough to push above. The swing trade indicators are not on board yet, but retrace potential. Probably next buy would be around here, and then maybe 13% in 7 days. That's pretty good. We've looked at some better than that, but XRP's been moving pretty well last few weeks, so could be a good one. Let's look at H bar so I can feel better about my long position, or worse. So this one's ready now. Crossed above the 20 after a dip. Retrace potential. 5.6% to the red zone. About 12 hours. That'd be a great day trade. So that's got potential. This looks pretty good too, at least technically. But we don't have the indicators on board yet. Most likely the next buy signal's around here somewhere. And then potentially you get 27% in 7 days. That's an amazing swing trade. But this one's been beaten down pretty hard. I'm not sure if this is the overall market or something specific to H bar. Well, it's got good news here. It's upgrading testnet in a week or two. Actually, in a couple days. So this one has potential. Might want to check it out. Okay, that's about all I had for our free indicators or free sources in the markets overall. It's a bit dicey out there, so be careful. Go in small, keep most of your funds on the sidelines for additional purchases if you trade like that, or just don't risk that much in case you get stopped out. So, any questions or comments or additional coins to look at? All right. Well, I will wrap it up here. If you're watching on the recording, I'd rather see you live, but check out the opportunities in the pinned comment. They help fund the channel. And I should be back on Thursday and Friday morning, but I will be traveling early next week. So I'll let you know. We'll see you then. Bye.